What do traders have in common with elephants? Sounds like the start to a bad joke, right? But stick with me because in this video, I'm going to explain one of the most damaging mindsets that's holding you back and costing you thousands in P&L every single month. And if we haven't met, I'm Dan Heskett, a high performance and mindset coach for traders, and I help underperforming traders break through mental barriers and scale to seven figures and beyond by upgrading their mindsets. So let's dive in. When a baby elephant is being trained for the circus, trainers chain it to a heavy stake in the ground. The little elephant hates it. It kicks, pulls, and thrashes, but no matter what it does, it can't break free. Eventually, it gives up. It learns a painful lesson. Resistance is useless. Fast forward a few years later, the same elephant is now fully grown, could yank the stake out of the ground effortlessly, but it doesn't. Why? Because in its mind, it's still that helpless baby elephant. The chain doesn't hold it anymore, its beliefs do. And traders, we're not so different. Risk is not something to be mitigated, it's something to be managed. I was recently on a call with a client who made seven figures trading in the last 6 months, and he said something that really stuck with me. He said, Dan, when I was coming up as a junior trader, it was drummed into me, don't be risky, don't bet the farm, just survive. And honestly, that's exactly the right mindset for a beginner. When you're starting out, survival is the game. But when you're a decade into your career, still playing by those same rules, it's like a fully grown elephant still afraid of the stake. This client's breakthrough came when he realized, I'm not that small elephant anymore. I'm not helpless. There's a scene in Breaking Bad that captures this idea perfectly. Walter White's wife asks him if their family is in danger, and he replies, I am the one who knocks. I am the danger. At the start, he was this timid, nerdy, dying science teacher, but at that moment, he embraced who he had become. Heisenberg. It's the same for traders. When you're just getting started, you learn painful lessons. Risk is dangerous. Trusting myself is dangerous. But the years go by, you get better, smarter, more experienced, and yet those old emotional scars still run the show. So now, you undersize good trades, you hesitate when it's time to strike, you overcontrol, you overthink, you undertrust, and just like the elephant, you're not held back by your current reality. You're held back by outdated beliefs. Beliefs that once kept you safe, but now they're keeping you small. And the science backs this up. When we go through pain, it wires our nervous system. The subconscious starts avoiding anything that feels similar because its number one goal isn't success or even wealth. It's survival. Over time, you build a portfolio of painful memories, and unless you process them fully, those scars will shape your behavior, even years later. That's why mindset work is not optional at the highest level. Until you rewire the pain, you'll keep trading like the baby elephant, even when you've become the beast. So, how do you break free? How do you stop trading like the scared beginner you used to be and start trading like the experienced pro you actually are? It starts by recognizing where you still are carrying those old stories. Most traders don't even realize that it's happening. They think, I'm just being careful or I'm being disciplined. But if you dig deeper, what you often find is fear, dressed up as logic. You're not managing risk. You are avoiding pain. Let me give you one other example. I had a client who was talented, consistent, and experienced, but he kept pulling out of winning trades too early. Every time he saw green, he'd grab profits way too soon. We traced it back to a massive loss he'd taken 5 years earlier, where early in the trade he was up money. It wasn't just financial pain. This was emotional pain. That moment had wired into a belief. When you're up, get out before the market takes it back. and it made sense then. But years later, it was sabotaging every good trade he had. Once we unwound that belief, he started holding winners longer. He trusted himself more, and his P&L grew significantly. Because here's the truth. You don't trade your edge. You trade your beliefs about your edge. And if those beliefs are built on fear, trauma, on survival, strategies that no longer apply, you'll always play smaller than your potential. So let me ask you, where in your trading are you still being held back by an old version of you? Perhaps it's your sizing, or is it how fast you cut winners, or is it that you hesitate right before pulling the trigger? Wherever it shows up, recognize that that chain isn't real anymore. You're not the baby elephant, you're the beast. And if you want help breaking free from these subconscious patterns so you can finally trade at the level you're capable of, then that's exactly what I do. I work with serious, experienced traders who know that they're underperforming and are ready to fix it at the root. And if that's you, then check out the link in the description. But either way, don't let the past ruin your future. You're stronger than you think, you're smarter than you feel, and you're way more ready than your fear would have you believe.